It's been an incredible year for the Gillen Residential Team. It's been a year full of hyper growth and a lot of exciting things happening. So I wanted to sit down with my teammates Tyler and Jake today to kind of fill you in on what we've been up to and where the team's headed. So Tyler, this year you've really dug into the numbers side of things, analyzing deals, running comps, looking at new developments, fix and flips. What attracted you to that part of the real estate game?
Yeah, I really dove in when I bought my multifamily a little over a year ago now, and that was kind of my first experience in the real estate industry, and it's what got me really interested in diving into it deeper. And I know that you work very close with a lot of developers in the development process, so that's kind of what led me to joining your team and getting exposure to the development process and all that stuff, and just having the opportunity to learn from you and being around that process as a whole.
You've been really hands-on in a lot of deals that we've done this year. What's the one thing you've learned from seeing a transaction from start to finish?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is when we're looking at a deal, making sure that you're being very conservative with all your estimates and assumptions and that kind of stuff when you're underwriting it, not using hopeful projections and looking at a deal and saying we might be able to get this as a sellout, but if we get what our floor is, then we're cutting it kind of thin. And underwriting it, looking at it and saying, okay, this is a very safe expectation. If we only get this, we're still completely fine. But if we get more, that's just kind of the cherry on top of the sundae. And that way, if things don't go exactly as you hope, you still have plenty of margin to work with.
Yeah, plenty of wiggle room.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Going forward, how do you see your role evolving as you get more ingrained with these investment deals?
Yeah, so back half of this year, we have the 2 projects in Cape Cod and Stoughton that we're exiting in November. And then we have 3 more lined up that we're closing out in November. And I really just want to keep, taking on more and more projects at a time and building that pipeline. So we're doing 4, 5, 6 at a time and working with you guys to really build that pipeline and exit those projects.
Jake, you've had a monster year. 10 million sold in your first year, 8 transactions, 4 deals pending. It's really just been incredible to witness. What do you think's been the biggest key for you this year?
There's been a lot of things. First and foremost, coaching from the kid himself. But on a more serious note, I think really just trying to put in the effort. And it sounds cliche, but going the extra mile and, in my mind, trying to do things that other people may not be, right? Whether it's delivering cookies to people's doorsteps around the holidays, around Thanksgiving, sending holiday mailers, making the cold calls, just doing anything to put myself in a position to succeed. And I found that the harder I work and, the more I stay on top of things and keep my foot on the gas, it's really a numbers game. And so far the numbers have worked out pretty well, but, looking to expand on that next year too.
How has being a part of the team, being in the office, bouncing strategies off each other, just kind of shooting the breeze, how has that helped you level up this year?
Tremendously. Between yourself and, Tyler with 2 kind of different aspects of real estate, you and I being more on the residential side of things and Tyler being more investing, I've gotten to see it from a lot of different angles. And, we have a lot of the same goals. So listening to you, who's been doing it for 5 years now and been incredibly successful, just picking up on little things, whether it's you speaking to clients or negotiating, offers with sellers, whatever it may be, just trying to soak in as much as I can and then being able to execute it in the same space, wherever that is for me. I think it's been great. And like I said, we all, have a common goal, and I think we just work really well together, and, I think we're all on the way up.
Is there any particular deal or moment that really sticks out for you?
There's a lot. I think I'm going to have to go with our recent closing on Henderson. In Needham. Funny enough, you were the listing agent. I ended up representing the buyers. And it was just, 1, awesome actually getting to work a deal with you. Yep. But 2, I kind of got to see both sides of the process because it was a new construction. You obviously represented the builders. You were away on your honeymoon for a little bit. So I kind of had, my foot in both pools, representing my buyers efficiently, but also making sure that everything was in order on the seller side. So, getting that first big one in Needham with the team lead on board, I think that was fantastic. And that one really hits home. We had a lot coming.
And be sure to stay tuned for more updates from the Gillen Residential Team.